Hey everybody, welcome back to 2 Minute Drill. I'm sitting here with Eddie Perdomo. Eddie, empty nesting, that's a whole new stage of parenting, isn't it? And I'm curious what you're experiencing with that. What are the particular facets of parenting in this stage that you weren't expecting?
First off, it is how much fun it is I'm having with my wife. It is just, we're having a blast. And I don't mean that disrespectfully to my twins who are doing their thing. But it has been just so much fun and a lot of joy having that time and space together again. Mm-hmm. It all starts with whatever phase in marriage we're in. It all starts with putting God first, right? So if we're putting God first, then hopefully at the time when the empty nesting comes, you as a husband and wife are at a pretty good place. And of course it's a whirlwind of activity getting to that point. For us, it was twins, so it all happened at the same time. I know it's different than others that have, children of different ages.
But your senior year must have been wild.
Yeah, junior and senior year. But God prepares you for it. You're preparing the kids to take that next step. They're ready. Mm-hmm. They're ready to kind of get away and start to do their thing. And so I think that junior and senior year is all preparation. What happened, I think, for us is how much space was created. The logistics and the time constraints and physical activity required while their kids at home are suddenly removed. Mm-hmm. And so while it's quiet and the house seems big, it just immediately filled with a great opportunity for us to date each other again, to find new things to do, to just be, and be in the moment. A lot of just being in the moment and enjoying it.
Definitely nice to get back to that space with your spouse if that works out. So what about the parenting side? How has that shifted for you? Where do you find your focus being?
So I forget, we've talked about there's the different phases. I don't know if that was Rick Wertz or who was talking about that, the different phases of parenting. And yeah, it has its own set of challenges, as you know. Mm-hmm. You can't control any of it. And so there's a lot of relying on faith that, hey, God's got them, they're far away. I can't really monitor. I can't see the things that are happening. I have to trust in them. I have to trust in Him.
You're shifting more to a consultant role.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And then at first, of course, it's a flurry of all the little things, and then that starts to quiet down a little bit. It's more difficult in some ways because the stakes are pretty high. Mm-hmm. There's some things that can happen, obviously, when they're far away that can be scary, but it all just comes down to faith and that you have to rely that God's got it. Mm-hmm. He's got it no matter what. And He's got us. He's got my wife and I.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so it all comes down to that.
He loves you. He's faithful. Your kids are adults now. That doesn't mean they've got everything figured out, and we don't have everything figured out. Right. But now your relationship has shifted into where you're starting to learn in real time how to have adult conversations with your kids.
Exactly.
It's a big shift.
The communication. Mm-hmm. The communication completely changes. Mm-hmm. And then with that, obviously, they're being exposed to different things. They're finding their way as young adults. And it's funny because we all want to prepare them to be strong, independent individuals. Yeah. And some of that, as they go into that, then circles back around where you're now being challenged to listen to some things and experience some things back from them that maybe we weren't anticipating. Yeah. And I think that's part of God's plan, is the growth that we're forced to go through as they're going through their growth.
Right. Well, it's a big learning experience for all of us.
But it's a great ride.
Yeah.
I mean, and then back to just with my spouse, with Kim, you go through all those years together. And now I get to celebrate her as my wife primarily again, right? As it's not just, that's the mother of my children. Not that there was anything wrong with that, but it was like, man, my wife. I'm just so amazed at the woman she is 20 years later. Yeah. After the kid, it's like things kind of clear out a little bit, and you get to cherish this wonderful person that God brought to you.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I know you and Kim do a great job, and that the desire of your hearts is to be so respectful with your kids. And I know you're plowing through that together as a couple. It's an amazing thing to hear.
Well, we appreciate all your input with all that as well,
Yeah.
and the example that you've set.
Well, we're all doing this together. So, well, that's it for 2 Minute Drill, and thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time.